The town of Willow Creek was the kind of place people trusted. Low crime rates, familiar faces, schools where teachers knew parents by name. When the elementary school announced a field trip to a regional science center, no one hesitated. The class was led by Mr. Daniel Harper, a soft-spoken teacher in his early 40s. He had taught at the school for 7 years. No complaints, no warnings, no red flags. The bus departed at 8:15 a.m. According to the itinerary, the trip was supposed to last 6 hours. They would return before evening. Parents planned dinners. Some planned movie nights. Laura Calloway, mother of 10-year-old Rory, remembers standing at the window that evening, checking the road every few minutes. By 5:30 p.m., concern turned into panic. Phone calls were made. The school office was closed. Police were contacted. At first, authorities assumed a delay, traffic, mechanical trouble, poor reception. But by midnight, the reality was unavoidable. The bus had vanished. Search teams were deployed. Helicopters scanned highways. Forests were combed. Roadblocks were set up. Every possible route was examined. Nothing. No bus. No children. No teacher. Within days, rumors began to grow. And rumors, when left unchecked, become conclusions. When investigators discovered that Mr. Harper had no prior criminal record but had recently withdrawn a large sum of money, suspicion locked onto him immediately. His disappearance alongside the children made him the perfect explanation. The case slowly shifted from missing to abduction. The public needed someone to blame. And blame they did. Headlines painted Harper as a monster. The school distanced itself. Officials reassured the public that the truth would soon come out. But it never did. Without evidence, the investigation stalled. Over time, search efforts were reduced. Funding dried up. Officers were reassigned. The case went cold. For parents like Laura, the phrase cold case felt like a second loss. She searched anyway. She memorized police reports. She attended hearings. She collected newspaper clippings. While the town learned to move on, Laura remained frozen in that one unanswered day. Years passed. Birthdays went uncelebrated. Bedrooms stayed untouched. Christmas gifts went unopened. And then came the phrase she hated the most. You need closure. But how do you close a door when you don't know what's behind? Time changes things, but it does not erase truth. By 2023, Willow Creek barely spoke of the disappearance anymore. New families moved in. New children filled the school halls. The past became a footnote, except for the mothers. On the 27th anniversary, Laura followed her ritual. She visited the cemetery where empty headstones bore the names of children who had never been found. Symbolic graves for symbolic closure. That same day, she visited Helen Morris, another mother from the class. Together, they sat quietly, sharing tea and memories. That's when Helen brought out the photo album. Official evidence photographs. Copies given to families decades earlier. As Laura turned the pages, something stopped her breath. A class photo. Children smiling. The yellow bus behind them. And standing among them, the school principal, Lillian Brooks. Laura froze. For 27 years, she had been told the principal stayed behind at the school that day. That she never attended the trip. Yet there she was, smiling, watching. A single image shattered decades of accepted truth. Laura didn't wait. That afternoon, she drove to Lillian Brooks' home. The house was old, isolated, quiet. When the door opened, Laura noticed two things immediately: hesitation and fear. Behind Lillian stood a younger woman, silent, pale, watching. When Laura confronted Lillian with a photograph, the principal denied it, then changed her story, then grew defensive. Contradictions stacked quickly. People who lie often reveal themselves not by what they say, but by what they avoid. Laura left with one certainty. This was not over. Days later, at the cemetery, Laura saw the younger woman again, standing alone. Mourning. Laura approached her gently. The woman's name was Audrey Whitman, and according to records, Audrey Whitman had been dead for 27 years. What Audrey revealed changed everything. She was one of the missing students. She had survived. But survival came at a cost so heavy it had silenced her for decades. Audrey spoke of diversion routes, of stops that were never reported, of adults who were not supposed to be there, of children separated, sold, erased. She spoke of Lillian Brooks, not as an innocent administrator, but as someone who facilitated silence. Audrey had been trafficked, hidden, controlled, conditioned to believe that speaking would only bring more harm. Survivor's guilt kept her quiet. Fear kept her hidden. Until now. Police reopened the case. Evidence long ignored suddenly made sense. Financial records. Property transfers. Witness statements once dismissed. Lillian Brooks was arrested. Under interrogation, the truth finally surfaced. Debt. Desperation. Deals made with people who thrived on disappearance. The children had not vanished into nothing. They had been taken. Most never survived. For Laura, the truth was devastating, but it ended the torture of uncertainty. There is a cruel mercy in knowing. Justice came late. Too late to save lives. Too late to heal fully. But not too late to matter. Audrey entered recovery. Laura became an advocate. Policies changed. Oversight tightened. And the town of Willow Creek learned the cost of silence.